salam sejahtera. We start our class with buku kitab Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Allahumma iftah 'alaina bi fadlika wa shfa 'alaina bi fadlika wa rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Thank you very much. Great. How are you today? Good. Hope everybody is okay. Okay, and today we will continue our chapter with chapter 7. Okay, it's about two countries in European Union. So because they are the members of European Union, I don't want to talk about European Union, but these two countries, Spain and France. Sorry, we will start with France first. France and Spain. So these two countries, have you heard about this country before you enter the class? Yes. So France and Spain are famous with what? Food. What else? Football. Right? Okay. Because France has become champions in 1998 and 2018. And Spain also has become a champion, World Cup champion in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, in Africa. Okay? Alright, so we will not talk about that. Okay? Because we have a syllabus that we need to cover. So we will proceed with we will proceed with topic 7, tourism and culture in Europe. So we will start with France. Okay? If we see the picture here, so we can see a few icons related with France. Okay. I want to ask you a very simple question. When you think about France, what appears in your mind? Paris. Yes, Kakak. Huh? City of Love. What else? What appears directly, automatically, instantly in your mind? Huh? Eiffel Tower. World Cup champion, Kakak. What appears in your mind instantly?
Olympic.
Come on. Ratatouille. Tak ada. Okay. So, arts. Louvre Museum. Have you heard about Louvre Museum? Or maybe in France we see that as a Musée de Louvre. Ya, bahasa Perancis ni kadang-kadang tergeliat sikit lidah nak sebut. Okay. Any names from France? Napoleon Bonaparte. What else? Any names? Or any celebrity that you know from France? Kylian Mbappé, you know, former PSG player, Paris Saint-Germain. Now he plays for Real Madrid. What else? Who else? From France? Paul Pogba, yeah, but it's not originated from France. It's originated from Africa. What else? One more. No. You know Zinedine Zidane? He's from Algeria, migrated to France, and he represents France. Again, I don't want to talk about that. So, this is the guideline for us. Physical and tourism product for us. Cultural characteristic, people and culture, gastronomy, traditional costume, beauty festival, planning, etiquette, and activities. So, take a look at the first one. This is France. Ladies and gentlemen, this is France. What is the shape of France? When you see the map here, what can you say about the shape of France? Hexagon. Dia ada lebih kurang berapa sisi? Dia lebih kurang ada 5 sisi. Okay? It looks like a hexagon. And just want you to know the attraction of tourism in France it's not just in Paris. It's not just in Paris. It's actually beyond Paris. Okay? But however, the tourism in Paris are so dominant, which is the people outside of France just can think about Paris rather than other regions. Okay? If you discover the local website, for example, or maybe you ask the local guide, they may suggest you alternative destination other than Paris. So it's not just Paris. Okay. So what is the capital city of France?
Paris.
Paris or Paris. Okay. And Paris is the largest city in France. Okay. And Paris is not just Paris, dia ada Greater Paris. Itu kawasan yang sangat besar, dia punya region. Okay. So France, they have a Mediterranean Sea at the southern and Atlantic Ocean coastline at the western. Okay, western they have the Atlantic Ocean, and at the southern they have the Mediterranean Sea. So Mediterranean Sea is a sea, dia laut. So Mediterranean, Caribbean, this is the two famous area for cruise ship. Okay, the two famous area for cruise ship. Saint Tropez. Okay, the beach there are so marvelous, but it's quite bad. Okay, alright, and they have a neighbor with Spain. Okay, neighbor with Belgium, neighbor with Luxembourg. Okay, neighbor with Switzerland, and neighbor with Switzerland. It's neighbor with France. Switzerland is the most mountainous region in Europe. Negara yang paling banyak pergunungan is Switzerland. Nombor 2 tadi. Okay. So this is France. Okay. The largest country in Western Europe. Okay. Negara paling besar di belahan Eropah Barat. Okay. Okay, physical characteristics. The largest country in Western Europe, so they have so many things, and some of the Europe famous river, Loire, Rhone, Seine, and Garonne, and mountain areas such as massive Central Alps, and can be found in this country. Okay, and it's unique because the landmark of this country is characterized by latitudinal and altitude. Latitude dia berkait dengan northern and southern, ketinggian ataupun kedudukan geografi. Altitude, ketinggian. Altitude. Okay, so itu yang it's become the character for France. And then French is one of the most widely spoken world language and world leading economic power in Europe. Number 1 world economic leading power in Europe is Germany. But France is top 5. Okay, they compete with Italy, compete with UK, but Germany number 1. And French is one of the most spoken language in the world, especially because France before has become a big imperialist. So they conquer so many land. So the land that they conquer usually will speak French. Ivory Coast, to name a few, Senegal. That is the French colony before. So they speak and spoke France. Okay, flag. The flag of France, le drapeau tricolore. Okay, or French tricolor. Okay, what is the color of France? The flag of France. Blue, white, red. But before we have this color, during the French Revolution, okay, the color of the king is white and the city of Paris is blue and red. Okay, technically, previously, the color, they removed the white color. because the French people during the revolution, because they want to topple the King Louis the 16th. When they want to topple the King Louis the 16th, the monarchy, Raja macam. So they hate monarchy so much. So they remove the one color. But after that they put it back. And now we can see the color of France flag have three types, three colors. Blue, white, and red.
Red.
Okay? Because blue and red is representing the city of Paris, and white representing the king or monarch. Okay? July. They adding back the color of white. Okay? What is the currency?
Euro.
Euro. Since when they use the currency of euro? Since when? 2002. 23 years. Already 23 years. France before they used a French franc. But after 2002, they replaced that French franc into the euro. Okay? Because euro is an economic zone, it's better for them to have one single unit for currency for ease the transaction. Okay? Okay, Anthony. France, French. Okay, those who we call it bangsa Prancis ni kita panggil in English we call it as a French. So because they have a numerous battle, prolonged occupation, okay, plus they occupied another land, okay. So France is one of the most powerful conqueror or colonial during the peak of the imperialist era. Okay, we have before we have Portuguese, Spain, British, what else? Dutch, kan tanah Melayu kan, we have Syarikat India Timur Inggeris, Syarikat India Timur Belanda. So all those European during their imperialist era, so they are conquering the outside world, and France is one of it. Okay, so because of that, after the World War, for example, okay, so some of the land that they have conquered migrate to France. Okay, so that's why when we see here, this is French. Okay, but we also have the Arab or not Africa, a German, Catalan also coming back. Okay, Arab or not Africa, for example, the Algeria, Zinedine Zidane. Maybe you have heard that name. Karim Benzema. Tak pernah dengar?
No.
What else? Kylian Mbappe. Just now I told you. Who else? Antoine Griezmann. Actually, Antoine Griezmann is not purely French. Okay? Kalau yang sekarang ni President of France, Emmanuel Macron, he probably is French. Okay? Emmanuel Petit yang sebelum ni pernah menjulang World Cup juga. Okay? But they have a very what we call that? They have a large numbers of immigrants that stay in France and they become the citizens of France. Okay? Okay, French-born citizen is 88%. Okay, citizens who acquire French nationality after birth is about 4.6%, and foreigners 7.7%. This is according to the statistic in 2021. Foreigner in France. Okay, and according to the survey in 2020, so most of them say that they belong to Catholicism. Catholic. Okay, and it's quite big of number of people who say that they are not related to any religion. So they are free thinker probably. They don't have religion. And Islam can be considered as the third, the largest religious, or we call that devotees. Okay, France. Okay, travel tips. Do you have a question? Or you want to ask a question and think, what is this? You want to ask a question about this? Yes, you can ask. Hello. Nak tanya apa cepat? No. Okay. Alright. So travel tips when we want to visit France. French people, the local French people, actually will treat you more friendly if at least you can speak French. Even they know you are struggling to say that word, but they understand it. They understand the struggle. Macam kita tengok ada orang luar datang kat sini, dia cakap bahasa Melayu, dia cuba cakap bahasa Melayu. Makcik, saya nak beli nasi, what is this? Lemak. We understand that, right?
Yeah.
We understand that. Okay? So same goes to French people. Let's say if you want what? Any of the food. Croissant. For example, maybe the pronunciation is not good, it's not correct, but they understand and they love it. Okay? They love it. Yeah, it's a good try. You know kan? They faham. So, learn a basic French and you just say, so they will treat you nicely. Keep your wallet tucked away in all situations, definitely, wherever you go. Stock up all the great French pharmacy products, or maybe you have perfume. You go in France, definitely they have so many brands related to cosmetic, perfume, or whatever. Try to buy them. Okay? At least you get something to prove, okay, to your friends. Okay? Tak ada lah, takkan awak pergi Paris. Okay, we know that. Let's say we have an Eiffel Tower, okay, in front of us. Apart from taking a picture, what else you need to do to prove that you have been there? Souvenir. But don't buy the Eiffel Tower souvenir that they sold in front of the Eiffel Tower itself, because it's imitate. You can find that imitate Eiffel Tower in DIY, in kedai eco shop. Dalam kedai eco shop. So the imitation of that things, try to avoid. Okay, you buy the original of Parisian or the French product. Okay. Okay, call 112 in case of emergency. Don't call 911. Don't call 999. It's Malaysia. So in France, you call 112. Okay, dress up and shop till you drop. So it's just a suggestion. You must dress up nicely. Okay, in everywhere you go, dress up nicely. Okay, do not forget your passport, picture ID, and hotel definitely. And remember, some of France can be visited anytime in the year. So there are no, probably every time of the year, probably they are not so, what we call that, being affected by the 4 seasons. Okay? At the southern France. So if you want to go to Saint-Tropez, if you want to go to Marseille at the southern part, you can go anytime. Okay? Adapters are a must, definitely. Because every country have a different types of adapter. We Malaysia usually we use a 3-pin. In Indonesia might be 2-pin. Japan is different story. US is a different story. So adapter is a must. Okay? Okay, transportation. Have you heard about this train? Bullet train. We call it bullet train because the Shinkansen are so famous here. Shinkansen. If we literally translate, it's a bullet train. But train à grande vitesse, previously, or in a short form we call it as a TGV, previously is the fastest high-speed train in the world previously. But now it's not anymore because we have so many models that have that overtook or overtake the major vehicle. Okay. So France, they have an extensive network of high-speed train, or we call it as a train à grande vitesse. Train à grande vitesse. Okay. Intercity trains and regional service connecting smaller cities and towns. Okay. And ferries in France are fast, convenient. Okay. Buses, cheapest mode, and suitable if you have plenty of time to get around. So public transport is good there, definitely. However, we must do some research to know the update information for the area before we reach France. Okay. Air France are comprehensive. 3 airports serving Paris, and Air France is one of the world leading airline. So in Paris itself, they have a few airports. One of the famous is Charles de Gaulle in Paris. And Air France is one of the leading airlines in the world, such as in Germany they have a Lufthansa. Okay? In America we have a Delta Airline, American Airline, AA. In Britain or in United Kingdom we have British Airways. So in France, the most famous is Air France. Okay. And transport by car accounting 2/3 of inbound tourists and almost 80% of domestic holiday. So car is something that quite subjective. Okay. We might want to have a very good public transportation, but when we talk about convenience, sometimes we will choose car. It's not sometimes. Most of the time we will choose car because it's convenient. It will bring us closer to the destination. Awak nak pergi kek, nak pergi kedai kek, kalau boleh depan-depan pintu kedai kek tu kita nak stop. So car or motorcycle can provide that kind of things. So, but the effort to strengthen the public transportation is needed. Okay. Yeah. Intercity train is like connecting a city. Maybe in Malaysia we have what? Yes, that kind of things. Okay. Okay, and 3, passport is compulsory, definitely. Okay, passport is compulsory. It must valid and issued less than 10 days before the date to enter. Okay. Valid for at least 3 months after the day you plan to leave. And at French border control, definitely this is a land border control. Show proof of where you intend to stay. So this is quite common. Okay, when we enter other country, they want to know where we will stay. They want to know kita akan stay kat mana. And some of the officer will ask what? Will ask a proof of your ticket, return ticket. Dia nak tengok bukti return ticket bila. Awak akan tunjukkan sebahagian daripada officer yang ada. Okay? And you must prove that you will have enough money for the whole stay. Let's say you want to stay 60 days. Awak nak tinggal di France untuk 60 days. It's quite long. Definitely they will ask how much money that you have. If you say that I just have $100, it's suspicious. How can you stay in France 60 days with just $100? It's not enough. Okay? Unless, let's say, you will stay in France or Paris for just 3 days tonight, and you have $1,000, and then they are not suspicious. Kita pun tak rasa ragu-ragu lah, insyaAllah kita tinggal 2 malam $1,000 tu cukup. But for 60 days, definitely not. Yeah. Because they don't want you to misuse, or what we call that, they don't want you to do other else than you should do. You coming to France as a tourist, so you must come to France as a tourist. Stay at the hotel, for example, or any legal accommodation. Okay, take a tour inside the France. Okay, that's what you should do, because you are tourist. You declare yourself as a tourist. Okay, so if you declare yourself as a tourist, you say you want to stay 7 days, and then you have this kind of money, so should be okay. But if you say that you come to France as a tourist, but you will stay for 60 days, and you just have $100, so it's suspicious. Dia pun jadi pelik juga lah, awak nak tinggal 60 hari tapi ada $100, kan nak buat apa? Kat France sebenarnya, jadi pencok, kan nak buat balik.
So right, so dia
Ya.
cakap dia nak tahu berapa banyak duit kita bawa kan. Dia nak tahu
English?
They want to know in cash or like how
It
much
depends on
we
them.
have.
It depends on them. Anything that will lead to suspicious, they will digging more. Dia bahasa mudah dia begini. Ada saja benda yang mendatangkan syakwa sangka, mereka akan korek. Mereka akan korek maklumat. They will digging the information. Okay? So anything that will avoid that kind of suspicious, so please avoid. Okay? We might say that, oh, I just have $100 in my pocket, but I have $10,000 in my bank. So they will ask you, okay, prove it to us. So you need to open your portal, bank portal, for example, and show them. If they still didn't satisfy, you have credit card, show us. They will ask, because they will investigate and ensure that you are coming there because you are a tourist, because you declare. Anything, any country, if you create a suspicious, I as an officer definitely will ask you more and more. Okay, it's common. Mana-mana orang pun dia nampak mencurigakan, mana datang airport pakai singlet, pakai short pendek, koyak sana koyak sini, kan? Bukanlah salah, means bukanlah bermaksud yang itu confirm orang gila, tak. However, it will create a suspicion. Dia akan mendatangkan syakwa sangka, itu saja. Macam itulah. Bila ada je syak, orang akan mula bertanya, orang akan mula menyoal. So, tolong tutup siap-siap pintu suspicious. Okay? Okay, tourism attraction holiday in France is incomplete without checking out incredible, charming tourist attraction. So, I choose this picture because I believe when we talk about France, this will instantly appear in your mind. Betul tak kak? Betul. Faham tak?
Ya.
Faham? Ada tak yang bayang benda lain macam tadi saya tanya orang kan? Awak bayang benda lain? Arts. Oh, yang ni memang tak ada. This is not clear in your mind. Who maybe you want to be honest with me when talking about France. What will appear in your mind? Who does not if this is not appear in your mind, what else is appear in your mind? Can you raise up?
Food.
Food. That is the first one appear in your mind.
Present.
That is the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. Tahu? Huh? PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, that's appear first in your mind. Okay, right? So this is Eiffel Tower. Okay, and we can't think France without Eiffel Tower. We can't think France and Paris without Eiffel Tower. It's incomplete. Dia seolah-olah Kuala Lumpur tapi tak ada Petronas Twin Tower. Gila, right? Roib. Just imagine, France or Paris without Eiffel Tower is incomplete. Okay? It's the status of these iconic things are so marvelous in France. Okay? So the Iron Lady attracted almost 6 million of visitors in 2022, and you can see a 360-degree of view of French capital. Okay, from this tower. So the major attraction: Eiffel Tower, Disneyland, Louvre Museum, Palais of Versailles, and Centre Pompidou. We take you the first one.
Sometimes when we talk about
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower, about Paris,
Okay.
sometimes we confuse that in France or Italy.
Oh, France of Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, some of you are confused when talk about Eiffel Tower. So you
About
confuse either.
Paris. About
Oh, this is Paris or.
Paris in Italy or France.
Oh, okay. Paris is in Italy or France. Or some of you are confused. Okay. Okay, try to make it easier. Try to use bahasa Melayu. Paris, Prancis. Dia begitu. Paris, France. Okay, Paris. Or Paris, France is English. But in bahasa Melayu, Paris, Prancis. Okay? Itulah. Okay. You know what? Yes, Eiffel Tower is the most iconic building in France. However, Paris Disneyland attracted more than Eiffel Tower in terms of visitors. So it attracted 15 million, making it the most visited attraction in France. It's actually rational. Kita faham semua. Because there are so many things you can do inside Paris Disneyland. Okay, definitely. Okay, because Eiffel Tower, go there, or maybe you want to use the lift. Okay, to see the panoramic view, take a picture. Okay, and you will spend maybe a few hours there, but you will spend whole day here. So definitely, in terms of entertainment, so Paris Disneyland will offer that to the visitors. That's why they are going here. Okay, yeah, don't forget, Louvre Museum of Musée de Louvre is the second most visited site in France. It's almost 8 million of visitors are coming here. Okay? Okay? Study revealed that 70% of the museum visitors are foreigner, mainly European and American. We have so many powerful heritage, classic attraction here, especially painting. We have the Mona Lisa, definitely. This is Mona Lisa. It's a small one in terms of size, but the influence are so great. Okay? You need to, what we call that, so many people will try to snap a picture of Mona Lisa. Okay? And then, yeah, you need to pay. We need to pay, but it's not so expensive in terms of the entrance fee. Okay? If you are a researcher, if you are a media, for example, if you are a school teacher related with history, for example, you show the ID, inshallah you will get free. Okay? And 7 million tourists plus visit the Palais of Versailles. Okay? This is World Heritage Site. And the last emperor that lived in this Palais of Versailles, kita panggil Istana Versailles. Okay? You know King Louis XVI? And that has been guillotined during the French Revolution. So he is the last emperor that's still here. Okay? Okay? So 7 million tourists walk inside this huge and massive palace. Okay? Just imagine this is your house. Okay? Yes. Just imagine this is your house. Okay? Okay? Today you say you will stay at room 1. Second day you will stay at room 2.
Yes.
Probably. Most probably. Okay? And maybe certain time you will get confused which one is the main door. Because every door is so elegant.
Yes.
It's so great. Kalau awak ada anak kecil dia tersesat. Apa? Tolong ambil adik Zat. Oh, kat mana? Dia pun tak tahu dia kat mana. Kena pakai GPS. Oh, sesat. Kena tahu location, kena tahu. And we have the National Museum of Modern Arts. Okay, more than 100,000 works of art spread across roughly 28,000 meters square. Okay, so this area we call as Centre Pompidou. Okay, so there are a lots of arts, unique, creative arts can be found. Okay, wedding custom.
No bread.
No bridezilla.
No bread.
No bridezilla, because the bride is not the center of attention or attraction. Instead, the focus is on the two families coming together. So a bride is not the main attention. Okay, bride is not the main attention. Okay, wedding procession. It's customary for the groom to collect his bride to be from her home prior to the ceremony. So you as a group, you need to collect. You need to take your wife, husband, you take the wife from her house. Saya pernah buat dulu. Okay. Le marriage. So marriage ceremony must be performed by the mayor of the town hall. The cake, French don't have it. They have croque-monsieur. You can check now in your Google. What is this? It's like a dessert. It's like a dessert in terms of the shape. It's like a sphere. Dia macam sphera. So dia bukan cake. Can I see that? Can I see that picture? Yeah. Nak kata macam mana ni kalau dalam bahasa Melayu? Dalam bahasa Melayu nak kata apa? Cake. Dia bukan cake. Roti. Roti bulat. It's a dessert, right? It's a dessert. Pastry puff. And they need to arrange it nicely in the plate. Okay? And grand entrance. Once of all the guests are seated, the group will walk down the aisle with his mother, followed by the bridal party. So, the group will walk down the aisle with his mother, followed by the bridal party. Jadi, group suami lah kan? Lelaki. Dia akan masuk dengan mak dia. Itu yang kata bukan bridezilla. Sepatutnya masuk dengan isteri lah kan? Atau nah abang naik. In terms of analogy, so kita macam orang kata apa bahasa mudah dia, kita sayang isteri kita, tapi kita kena ingat isteri kita tu datang daripada rahim ibu dia, so kita kena muliakan ibu dia. Dia buang ibu lah. Bahasa mudah nak faham.
So datang nama betul.
Tak, bila nak masuk tu lah.
Mak dia.
However, this is wedding custom. Okay, maybe some of French people, they are not practicing this anymore, because every people may choose a different style in doing their wedding. That's why in Malay, for example, some of us are choosing a Malay, what we call that, traditional Malay wedding, and some more Western style, they are using a open air wedding near the beach. Okay, asalkan patuh syariat. Okay, kena patuh syariat. Okay. Next, gastronomy. So, since 2010, 15 years ago, the French gastronomy meal and its visual people have been recognized as intangible UNESCO cultural heritage. Intangible. We can't touch. Okay? Dia tak sentuh. Okay? Friends are very attached to 3 meals a day. Breakfast in the morning, lunch around 1 p.m. and dinner around 8 p.m. Is it similar with us?
No.
No. Because you eat
Every time.
every hour. Every hour. Okay. One considered perfect companion, yes. This is the what we call that, the perfect companion for them. Okay. But we as a Muslim, so yeah, we can't consume wine. We can't consume alcoholic drink. So that is clear cut. Okay, national cuisine. The pronunciation of France is quite difficult for most of us because this is not our mother tongue. Okay? Soup à l'oignon. Soup à l'oignon. Soup à l'oignon. Mana soup? Mana bahasa Melayu kita panggil soup bawang. Tu je bahasa Melayu orang. But when we go to France, I went to soup à l'oignon. Soup à l'oignon. And let's say you are Malay and you want to speak bahasa English, but in France style. Yes, you can. Waiter, I want this a cup of glass of water. Where is the washroom? Yeah. Okay, how to pronounce beef stew? Try to pronounce it. Maybe you know how. We Malaysian, Malay, we will pronounce according to that word. Okay?
How it was
But
spelled.
yeah, how it's spelled. But it's not like France. Okay? But it's okay. Don't get confused. If we can't pronounce it clearly, we just understand what is it. Okay? Chocolate souffle, chocolate dessert, Flemish cheese and vegetable pie, confit de canard, that confit,
Salah they call it
salad de corps, okay, garnish salad with salad, tomato, and egg. Vegetable dish. Yeah. But I can confirm the pronunciation from here. Soup à l'oignon. Okay. That one. This is confit de canard. Ini siapa tahu ni? Soup à l'oignon. Okay. Ratatouille. Cabbage. Chocolate souffle. Nasi goreng ayam. Lapar. Okay, traditional costume. Take the man first. Okay, culotte or breech clothes. This one. Okay. Dia sampai belah-belah lutut tu. Okay. Hose, a pair of cotton or wool socks behind. This is hose. So what we call that? The socks is quite high. Okay, compared to us now, guy. How short your socks? Kau pernah punya kasut kan? Waktu zaman France tu tinggi. Okay. Vita says this one. Okay. Wore over the lower leg. Gillette, also known as a body warmer, was a short badge worn by men over their clothes. This is Gillette. Gillette. Okay. And then we get beret. Okay. It was the first made in the Middle Age. Military adopted it perfectly from farmers in Southwest country, they have a green beret, especially in US, if I'm not mistaken. Repo, you know repo?
Yeah.
Or maybe related with kita panggil, kalau bahasa Melayu dalam ATM kita panggil apa? Bukan Pascal, lain-lain. Komando, green beret. Okay? Green beret. But if you are France, maybe you have another color, or red, blue,
French.
and it's so French if you have a beret. It's so French. Okay? Abang kita dia pergi Paris kan, dia pakai beret. Oh, memang nampak orang Perancis terus. Okay? Pakai apa macam ni? Okay, traditional costume. Woman. This is jupon. Where's jupon? A garment very similar to a skirt. Okay? Many of these could be worn at once to show wealth and status. Wealth and status for French women. So they wear this. Lagi kembang tadi kayo. Okay. Chemise. Okay. Was undergarment. This one. Yang ni pakaian dalam ni lah. Okay. To cover their top and part their bottom top. And next to that is a short woven waistcoat worn with the jupon and chemise. And this is chemise. Fichu. Okay, this is fichu. You wear somewhere in your shoulders. Okay, this is fichu. Shawls. So if you have shawls, or maybe we call it as bukan shawarma, panggil apa? Pashmina. Shawarma. Makanan. Your pashmina. Lebih kurang itulah. You think pashmina is pishu. Okay? And major festival, definitely. There are so many major festivals in France. Solberg Festival, Cannes Festival, okay? So many things. Festival of Light in Lyon. Okay, brought to you by Spaltica. Mented Lemon Festival, Nice Carnival, Festival Medieval, Sega. There are so many things. Okay, that can be found in France. You want to watch some of the video?
Yeah.
Later. You want to watch some of the video? I will show you later. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, then you get do not ask for a martini or scotch before dinner. They are viewed as spirits, nothing. Mulut dikebak. Dia kata macam tu. So, kalau nak makan for Muslim, you are not allowed to do this. Just we learn this as a knowledge. Okay? Do not ask for martini or scotch because it's viewed as a planet nothing. Before dinner, Pernod, King, champagne, Vermont may be offered. So wine is always served with meal. Definitely. If you're French people, when you eat, wine is a perfect companion. It's a perfect companion. Such as you going for you eat nasi at Nasi Kandar restaurant. Definitely you may have extra Josh, teh tarik. You eat roti canai. What is the perfect companion? Teh tarik. You eat bread. I eat bread. My perfect companion is cappuccino hot, no sugar. Lebih kurang itulah. Okay. Okay. Business breakfast are rare. Senior manager socialize only with those of equivalent status. So remember this. So, if you are senior manager, usually you will just socialize with something equivalent with your status. Di mana? You are a general manager, tiba-tiba dia nak makan dengan intern. Minta maaf, benda tu payah tak? Sama dia pun. Alright. Business entertainment is done mostly in restaurant. and lunch is still considered a private time. However, working lunch and breakfast are becoming more common in France. Okay? And then greetings.
Salute.
Salute. English, hi. Salute. Welcome. Bienvenue. Good day. Bonjour. How are you?
Comment allez-vous?
Comment allez-vous? I suggest you to find the correct pronunciation and then you write at your age. Okay? Bien. How are you? Bien. Good. Okay. See you later. Au revoir. Au revoir. Thank you. Merci. You're welcome. Maybe you need to find the correct pronunciation. However, again, like I told you before, if we are not French, but when we go to France and try to speak their language, they appreciate that. They appreciate that. Okay? Just imagine we as a Malaysian, and one day, one French guy coming to us, try to speak Bahasa Melayu. We understand what he said. And we feel happy with his effort. We are happy. Okay? Mungkin mereka takut campur salah sebut lagi terasa tak. Kita okey sebab kita faham. Bahasa Melayu bukan bahasa yang mereka tuturkan. So sama juga macam orang France, mereka rasa seronok dan kagum bila kita cuba cakap bahasa mereka. Okay? Because France or French is one of the most difficult language to learn. Same goes to Mandarin. You learn what? Language? Mandarin. How your Mandarin? Okay. Try to say something. What is? How are you in Mandarin? Ni hao ma. Is it? That is the correct pronunciation of Chinese Mandarin. Ni hao ma. Betul. Okay. It must be ni hao ma. Gitulah. Ni kan? Ni hao ma. Talib. The pronunciation is not correct. We need to put a correct emotion in that way lah. Okay. So, comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? About my presentation. Okay. So, do you understand or you want to ask anything?
No.
Okay. If you want to ask anything, you can ask now. Or maybe you have something that you want me to details out. You can DM me. Trust me, yes. You can DM me or ask in the group. It's better for you to ask in the group so that when I give what we call that commentary, so that everybody will read it. Alright. So, we take a break for a while before we continue with speech. Okay, all right. Shall we continue with Spain? What is Spain? Spanyol is bahasa Melayu. Española. Okay, Spain, Spanyol, Spanish. Spanish language. Okay, if you are Spanish people, we call you as a Spaniard. Okay, one of the famous Spaniard sportsmen. Who? You know Rafael Nadal? Have you heard that name? Fernando Alonso? You have heard that name? Anyone? We can, okay. Spain. What appear in your mind if you heard the word Spain?
Sea.
Huh? Sea.
Sea.
Laut. Oh, beautiful sea. Okay. Huh? El Clasico. This guy loves football very much. El Clasico, a match between Real Madrid and Barcelona. El Clasico, clash. Sebab tu ada sedikit peperangan. Yeah. When talking about Spain, what appear in your mind? Samba?
It's a dance.
Is it samba or tango?
Tango.
Okay. Alright, I just forgot. Previously, we learned about France. France is the most visited country in the world. France is the most visited country in the world. What is the second most visited country in the world? Spain. Okay? France hold that record, I think, more than 50 years. Spain usually will become a top 3, the most visited country in the world. It's just a neighbor of France. So now, Spain. By the end of this chapter, you should be able to explain the physical and user product of Spain and identify the cultural characteristic of Spain. So this is our what we call that guideline. Okay, take a look at the physical and user product and cultural characteristics. Okay, physical and tourism product. Spain is the largest, is the second largest country of Western Europe after France. So both of them is a neighbor. Okay? And occupies the greater part of the Iberian Peninsula. Okay? Iberian Peninsula. We call it as dalam bahasa Melayu Semenanjung Iberia. Semenanjung. Kenapa semenanjung? What is semenanjung? What is peninsula? Peninsula is because they have 3 areas circled by water and one area attached with land. So, water, and then one area attached with land. So that is peninsula. Okay. So Spain occupies the largest part of Iberian Peninsula. The smaller part occupied by Portugal and the small Gibraltar here. Gibraltar is under British. Gibraltar is under British territory. It's not under Spain. Okay? Maybe later I will try to dig in more about the things. Okay? Can see the strait here? Selat di sini. This is Morocco or Maghribi. Okay? This is African continent. How long? How wide the strait? Berapa luas jarak selat ini? 14 km. 14 km is actually a small strait. If you can swim from Morocco to Gibraltar, 14 km, and you will reach that point. 14 km is so, what we call that? Dia tak besar lah jarak dia. Okay? Okay, this is Spain. What is the capital city of Spain? Madrid. But we also have definitely Madrid they have the most what we call that rival, yes, the greatest rival, Barcelona. Okay, and we have another major city, Valencia, Seville. Okay, Seville, Malaga. Okay, Valladolid, Dijon, Bilbao, and so on. Okay. Spain has achieved outstanding success as one of the world's top 5 destinations and can offer well over 1 million bed spaces in service accommodation. So yeah, that's why they continuously become the top 5 destination in the world. characteristic. The dominant feature of the Iberian Peninsula is a high plateau. In Spain, we call it as the Meseta. Okay? Separated by a rock mountain range of Sierra from the narrow coastal stripes. Okay, so in a simple word, Spain, the characteristic of the landmark of Spain is mountainous. Okay, Spain is the second most mountainous country in Europe after, just now I told you, Switzerland. Okay, so kawasan gunung ni banyaknya di kawasan Switzerland, Spain, tapi tak ketinggalan lah kawasan-kawasan lain pun ada sekali lah. France pun ada, Italy pun ada. Okay, 40% of Spain landmass is made of high central plateau, kawasan tanah rata yang tinggi, ranging from 400 to 1,000 meter in height. Kawasan tinggi. Okay. In the south, only a narrow stretch of water separates Spain from North Africa in Islamic culture. Yes, I told you before, 40 kilometers. It's a very narrow street. Okay, dia sangat sempit. Dia lagi sempit berbanding Selat Melaka kita. Selat Melaka kita tu antara yang tersempit, ini dia lagi sempit. Okay. And here we have Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so Mediterranean Sea is a very, bahasa Melayu dia, satu kawasan yang sangat tenang dalam sudut pantai, dan ombak dia tak ganas seperti Atlantik. And here we have a very active cruise ship industry. Okay, pantai memang cantik lah. Okay, okay, flag. If I ask you, or if I display to you a flag, can we guess this flag represent which country? Can we guess that?
Yes.
Yes, probably. Okay, but there are some countries that are not famous, so might be we have a problem in guessing which country this flag is representing. Okay, so this is a flag of Spain. Suffer many transformation. Okay, after the fall of the last dictatorship, if you have heard this one, Francisco Franco. So after that, the flag was changed one last time and it became seperti mana yang kita ada sekarang. Okay, kalau awak tengok di sini, if we see here, we can see a two column. We try to zoom. Can you see the two column here? This is two column of Hercules. It represents so the entrance to the Atlantic Sea. So this is the columns of Hercules. Okay. Dalam tengok dia jatuh lah. They have a two red stripe here, and they have a yellow inside. And inside the yellow, they have their own jata. Macam kita panggil jata negara kita lah, kita panggil apa? Bersekutu bertambah mutu lah. Kan? Betul tak? Betul? Betul ya?
Betul.
Okay, currency. The currency for Spain is euro. Definitely, if they become the part of European Union, they will use euro. Okay. While the euro is the official currency in Spain, it can also be used in 18 other countries within the EU. Okay. Spain joined the European Union in 1986 and was one of the first countries to adopt the euro on 1st January 1989. So it's much more earlier than France. France is 2002. So it's not much earlier. It's just 2 or 3 years only. 3 years. 3 years before France used the euro, so Spain already used it. Okay. Ethnic. So Spain has been invaded and inhabited by many different people. So the peninsula was originally settled by groups of North African and Western Europe. So we can see here, yeah, Spain is the most majority here, but we can see quite a big number of other Romania and Morocco. Because Morocco is just 14 kilometer distance from Spain. Okay? Okay, religion in Spain as of September 2022. Most of them is what? They consider themselves as lapsed Catholic, okay? Non-practicing Catholic. The second largest was practicing Catholic with 90% of the respondents. And yeah, we can say that quite large number of people here is definitely a Christian. Okay? Okay, travel tips. Yeah, pack a warm clothes because yeah, it's certain part they have a four season. So please wear a warm clothes. And being cashless is common. Technically, it's quite common in anywhere right now. Okay, especially when you go to China, for example, it's cashless. Sekarang pun kat Malaysia banyak dah cashless. Gerai-gerai pun daripada pakai QR. Okay. Expect to eat late. Most restaurants open for lunch from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So if you eat 11:50 a.m., you might find it hard to find a restaurant. Dia tak buka 1 p.m. ke atas boleh. Okay. Dinner 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. So kalau abang nak makan 7 petang, 6 petang, payah sikit. So awak datang berapa? A lot of establishment also close on Monday. Ordering certain drink will immediately mark you as a tourist. A popular drink among tourists is sangria. Okay, if we read this one, so they know that you might be a tourist. Okay. Tipping is not expected. Don't eat food while you are on the move. It's common. Tengah-tengah duduk jalan, elakkan makan dan minum. Keep an eye on your belonging, and you can bring a tap of water in Spain because it's considered clean. Okay. There's one number for an emergency called 112. Save goes to France. Maybe this is the number for Europe. Okay, European Union. Okay, transportation. Public transport in Spain has everything from high-speed train to what we call that public transport such as bus, taxi, okay, and fly. Okay, macam di Spain, kalau di France we have what? Grand place. Okay, but in Spain they have Renfe. Okay, carrying over 510 million passengers annually. Okay, and Spain is home to one of the world's largest high-speed rail network behind China. Spain. Okay, so ini satu negara yang tak besar sangat, tapi dalam sudut high-speed rail orang banyak. Okay, high-speed rail orang banyak. And something that we should consider is e-hailing. Yes, probably taxi is considered most common car that will help us to move from one destination to one destination. But certain area, because they adopt the e-hailing, so e-hailing are much more convenient for us to do our arrangement for moving from one destination to one destination. For short destination is okay. For long distance, don't use Grab. I don't give I take back my word. Gunakan servis-servis itu berkadaran dengan bajet orang. Kalau pakai Grab untuk jarak yang jauh, saya rasa maybe you want to think it first because it's quite cheaper. It's more cheaper if you use another mode of transport such as bus or train. But for a short distance, yeah, Grab is one of the most convenient. Okay, but in in Spain, they have this kind of benefit, and Malaysia should have that actually. Okay, brought to you by Expatica. Madrid Barajas is Spain's biggest and busiest airport. So Madrid Barajas. Barajas, J, you say J as a H. Okay? Most cities in Spain, including Coruña, provide extensive public transport by bus. So bus is quite extensive there. Same in Penang, they have what? Kalau kat Penang kita ada apa? Rapid Penang. Kalau Kampung ada, Rapid Kampung. KL ada Rapid apa? KL lah kan? Tapi ada LRT, MRT semua. The Barcelona Metro has 12 lines serving hundreds of millions of passengers annually. Barcelona. Ini stesen kereta api bawah tanah. And finding a taxi in a city like Madrid is rarely difficult. Probably because of the price, and people choose again. Okay. Entry. Travelers from more than 50 nations will need to apply for a permit before they can enter the European Union. And yeah, we need to have this kind of things. ETIAS, alright, was designed by the European Union to better protect the EU borders and enhance the security of both European and travelers. Malaysian nationals are one of the countries eligible for the Spanish ETIAS. So kita kena go for ETIAS first, European Travel Information and Authorization System. Maybe we need to key in the important information inside that system. Okay, and then yeah, we apply that to enter the European Union territory. Okay, British. If they want to travel to Spain, they must prove that they can spend £85 every day. That is the restriction. It comes as the Spanish government enforced a waiver of a new restriction on a British holiday maker. So if you are British, you must spend £85 per day. Sampai macam tu kena pasal. Bukanlah pasal kan? New undang-undang pasal tu. In Malaysia, $85 dekat harga tu. Kan? Okay, tourism attraction. So Spain has every attraction to use the traveler because the Spain is extravagant. Okay, it's beautiful from all over area. Okay, my long stretch pristine white sand. Okay, and maybe you have heard about this one, Costa del Sol. Satu kawasan pantai yang sangat cantik. Orang kaya suka pergi ke situ, Costa del Sol. Okay, tengoklah pantai. Okay. Okay, some of the major attractions. So we will see here La Alhambra, Mezquita, Guggenheim Museum, La Rambla, and Costa del Sol. Take a look. This is La Alhambra. Okay. This is beautiful place. La Alhambra. Ini dulu sebab kota Alhambra, Istana Alhambra pernah menjadi istana pada zaman mana? Zaman mana? Kerajaan Andalus di Spain. So ini tinggalan. Okay, it's a beautiful place. Okay, this is Cordoba again. Cordoba. Okay. Before this is the Andalus. The city later became the capital of the Moorish kingdom of Al-Andalus, and this was where the great mosque of Mezquita was created. Okay, and when Cordoba was retaken by the Christians in 2036, the new ruler changed the function. Before this is mosque, now it become cathedral. But the shape inside is not being renovated. Memang macam masjid tu. Okay, cuma fungsinya adalah Mezquita. Okay, this is what Guggenheim Museum. Museum, Bilbao. Okay, fantastic museum and contemporary art. Okay, bentuk dia pun dah memang cantik. Laba-laba. Ni. Ini laba-laba. Okay. Okay, this is La Rambla. Okay, so this is La Rambla, kawasan ni. Nampak pokok-pokok ni kan, sepanjang lagu ni. This is kawasan La Rambla. This is one of the major tourist attraction in Spain. Okay, performers dia berjaya kat jalan-jalan. So, awak boleh bagi sumbangan kepada performers ni sepanjang jalan. But be careful, La Rambla is so famous among tourists and pickpocket. Dekat sana memang banyak sampai mereka ada polis pelancong siap bawa senapang ni. Tak adalah senapang tu bukan nak tengok pickpocket, tapi kes-kes jenayah boleh tahan tu. Kawasan tersebut La Rambla. Okay, so it's a must when we visit La Rambla. Sorry, it's a must when we visit Barcelona to visit La Rambla. Macam tak lengkap. Kalau pergi Paris tak pergi ke Eiffel Tower, mesti tak lengkap. Pergi Barcelona, La Rambla wajib. Pergi Langkawi, kena lalu pakai senang. Dia buang macam tu lah. Pergi Kuala Lumpur, kena lawan Petronas beritahu. Pergi Penang, kena lalu Penang Bridge. Kan? Itu perlambangan tu. Kena lalu kawasan kota, masuk bangunan tu kalau boleh je lah. Sebab Penang Bridge, kota, betul tak? Dia bayang tu lah. Kata orang mana? KL. Lain, di mana lain? Semua KL. Perak. What appear in your mind when we talk about Perak?
Ada condong
Ada contoh Teluk Intan, masjid Bukit Candan. Orang Nasar kan? Okay, wedding custom, wedding and engagement ring. When Spanish women get engaged, they wear engagement ring on the left finger. After the ceremony, the wedding ring is worn on the right finger. Terbalik. Kalau awak tengok cincin yang belah kiri, maksud kata dia sedang bertunang, so jangan kacau. Kalau dia tak pakai, tak tunang lagi dia pun. Cutting off the groom tie. Okay. This custom is said to bring good luck to the newly led weds. Okay? Main ongoing, cutting the groom tie. Okay? Cake slicing with sword. Kena pakai pedang, bukan pisau. Tapi janganlah pakai katana. Ready? Sam. Potong macam tu lah. Dan pedang tu saya rasa sekadar untuk membolehkan dia potong kek lah, tak payah tajam sangat. Test tak tajam tak payah pula kan. Okay. Throwing the bouquet. Bride throwing her bouquet to the unmarried woman in attendance. Whoever catch it is said to be next line to get married. Mana yang tak kahwin lagi yang potong. Balik. Dapat. Lepas tu awak nak kahwin. Dia turun luar. Sama ada dia balik macam ni ataupun dia balik belakang. Gold coins. They are given to the bride by the groups to symbolize his love and commitment. Gold coin. Mata wang, shilling, emas. Nampak dah? Okay, gastronomy. Okay, it's got food. Definitely. Spain is one of the leading exponents of the Mediterranean diet, which is based on olive oil. Mediterranean people have a very good diet, and one of the major ingredients for their diet is olive oil. Ladies and gentlemen, trust me, it's good for your body. Olive oil, but it must be extra virgin olive oil. Dia jangan yang virgin olive oil atau olive oil yang biasa, yang tu kalau awak tu minum mungkin tak elok. You must extra virgin olive oil. Boleh minum macam tu je. It's good. Yeah. Compressed. Okay. Spanish cuisine UNESCO intangible cultural heritage status, same with the French. Spain restaurant was 250 Michelin star. There are 250 Michelin star restaurants can be found in Spain, and around 7 of them usually be found on the list of the world 50 best restaurant. Tunjuk daripada 50 datang dari Spanyol. The best restaurant. So their food is fantastico. Seafood with a wide range of cheese, full flavored seasoning like paprika and saffron, and wine are some of the least of the ingredients. Okay? And most famous is probably paella. What is paella? This one. Most popular tapa would be tortilla di patatas. Potato over there. Okay? Dalam bahasa Melayu kita pakai apa? Potato over there. Apa? Telur dadah kentang. Oh, omelette itu telur dadah. Omelette kentang lagi. Okay. Dah macam pun tapak pun ada. Okay. Paella. Okay. Bunyi. Gazpacho. Zamburinas ala gallega. Zamburinas ala gallega. Pisto. Telur. Turon. What is this? Turon. Patatas pengapas. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, talking about food, there are large and enormous selection of food in Spain and also other countries. And every type of food have a different taste.
Yeah.
Okay? Why this kind of arts emerge and become so sophisticated? Why? It started when humans know how to control the fire. When the human started know the knowledge to control the fire, put some heat to the food, and then the art of cooking are spreading and become more complex and sophisticated. So that's why every region have their own staple food. Malaysia saja kita ada banyak makanan. Dan setiap etnik kadang-kadang ada makanan dia. Contoh orang Banjar dia pun ada makan kuih apa orang panggil kalkata, contohnya kuih kalau orang Banjar. Ada siapa sini? Etnik apa kat sini? Kawasan awak Jawa. Makanan apa? Tempe, siapa? Macam itulah. Okay? And probably, for example, you say tempe. Yeah? Maybe in Spain they have that kind of their tempe version according to Spain version. Tapi dia pun tak panggil dia tempe. Mungkin panggilannya lain dah sikit. Okay? Frances Cape kalau tu nak tahu. Okay, traditional costume. Spanish clothing made Spain a center for world fashion before France took over. Confirmed. One of the largest city for fashion in the world is Milan in Italy, New York, and Paris, London. Paris, France, London, UK. Okay? So that is the capital city for fashion. Okay? Traditional costume for men. Okay? Laretina, a traditional bag-like hat worn by Christian men in a certain area of the Mediterranean. This is Laretina. So now they are using it in a traditional dance. Laretina. Jarang ada orang pakai. What else? Sombrero cordobés is a hat made in Cordoba and worn commonly in Andalusia. This one. Sombrero cordobés. Okay? Women and men are using it. Traje de corpo, short suit and accompanied by Cordoban hat. Okay, short suit. Pakai sekali ni. This one. And Gillette sleeveless jacket like this. This is coat or vest that form an important part of traditional Spanish clothing. Okay? Dan sekarang orang pakai jilet ni kadang-kadang untuk menambahkan lagi suhu badan supaya tak sejuk. Okay? Okay, woman. Peneta, a coat worn by Spanish women. It was traditionally made of tortoise shell. This is peneta. Okay? And mantilla, ornamental shawl or veil, was commonly used over the peneta at the end of the 16th century. So this is mantilla, and usually you will use a peneta on top of it. Okay? This is mantilla. And peneta now just for special occasion. And traje di flamenca, long dress with ruffle on the bottom and sometimes on the sleeve. This is traje di flamenca. Okay? And they have alpargatas, shoes. Right? And now most of this costume they worn during a special occasion. Okay? Macam kita lah, awak ada abad, awak baju kurung for example. It's not just for special occasion. You can wear anytime. You can wear anytime. Right?
Yeah.
Baju Melayu, can you wear it anytime?
Yes.
Yes, but not during the sports day. Can use it anytime, any show. Okay? And your lecturer will not chase you out from the class. Kenapa pakai baju Melayu ni? Ibrah, tak. InsyaAllah tak. Okay? Tak boleh. Kecuali masa tu hari kali sukan UiTM, tak boleh tak. Kali sukan UiTM ada. Pakai baju Melayu juga lah. Okay. Amazing festival. So, if we can see here, later I will show you the video, definitely. Okay? This is Puerto Matina. Okay? Held in the Valencian towns of Puno, one of the most famous events in Spain. Yeah, definitely. The ripe tomato, they assemble, they put on the lorry, and then you assemble in that area, and you start throwing that tomato with, you can throw it to anywhere and to anyone. Okay, later I will show you. Okay, and we have Cordoba Facious Festival. There's so many. San Fermin, Pamplona bull ride like this. Oh, okay. Okay, this is Pamplona bull run. But be careful. But be careful. They are a case of that because of this festival. Okay, it's popular. Yeah, it's popular for non-Spaniard. Okay, one of the most iconic celebrations in Spain. Running of the bull in Pamplona. Okay, after the bull run here, this way, it will go to the stadium. During inside the stadium, then you can see the matador. Okay, so dia berlari macam tu. Okay. Okay, then yes, the most honored position is at the head of the table. So meja panjang, yang paling ujung, yang tu orang yang paling penting. Allow the most senior member of your party to enter the rooms. The one who invite usually pay the bill. Okay. Hari ni saya belanja awak makan. Yang offer tu yang kena bayar. Okay? Right? So do not begin eating until the host say buon appetito. Dia memang macam France juga. Dia kata kat sini buen appetito. Kalau yang France kata apa? Bon appetit kan? Spaniard do not switch knife and fork. The knife remain at the right hand and fork remain at the left. Kalau awak makan, if we use a fork and knife, fork and knife. Okay. Fork is
Left.
left, your knife is in
Right.
right. So you cut the foot. Spaniard will chop with will use the left hand and then bring it straight to your mouth. Okay, that is Spaniard style. But American style, after you cut the foot, you put down the knife and you take the fork from your left hand and you use your right hand to bring straight to your mouth. That is American style. If you ask me, I prefer the American style. Sebab kita makan tu tangan kanan.
Yes.
But Spaniard, no, they will stick with that. Kalau yang ni kat tangan kiri, cucuk, pak. Okay? Bread is usually served without butter, so there will not be a butter knife. So be informed that if you go there, you just have a bread without butter. Okay, macam kita di Malaysia, for example, we have the butter, can spread it, but not in France, not in Spain. When not holding utensil, your hand should be visible. So bila kita tak pegang apa-apa, when we don't use any utensil, so our hand must be on top of the table. Your hand, this one, it's not like this one. Okay? Pass all dishes to your left. Kalau makan di meja panjang, so pass your dish from right to left. Okay? It's quite subjective actually. It's quite subjective. If you pass from to the right, I believe it's not a big issue. I believe. But if that is the requirement for the Spaniard, and they are strictly follow that during that time, so I advise to follow that. Okay, greetings. Hola. Welcome. Bienvenida for female. Bienvenido for male. Good day. Buen día. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Good. Buena. Kalau lagi?
Bueno.
Bueno. ¿Cómo estás? Bueno. You say bueno. Okay. ¿Cómo estás?
Buena.
Bueno. Nampak saya tak komplain. Hasta luego. Gracias. De nada. You're welcome. Okay. So, hasta luego. Gracias. And de nada. Alright, so thank you very much. You have a question? No. Hola. You want to see or watch any of the video? Yes. Okay. So thank you very much for your cooperation. Later I will show you. We take a break around 5 minutes and later we will show you the video of L'Alta Mattina. Okay? L'Alta Mattina, the Pamplona will run. And then just now in France, what the video of France that you want me to show you? You remember anything? Nice festival, the gastronomy. So you love gastronomy of France. Later we show you. We'll take a break for 5 minutes. Thank you very much.